Hi, it's me. Just a little intro. What we're doing this week. Of course, I got the pump. I will fix my skimmer problem, put the new pump in, and I will do a few modifications to the pipe work. It will be, I think, quite interesting for some people because I increase the pipe size to save money, and we will see if this will work. So I'm going from a 40mm to 75mm pipe. In the hope I can save a bit money with saving on power. So stay tuned and see if this will be successful. Okay, and enjoy this little clip. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Yes, what are we doing this week? I'm back from work and I got the new skimmer pump that has been delivered while I was at work, and so today and tomorrow we will reinstall the skimmer pump, but as well do a couple of modifications to the system. I'll turn you around, I'll show you. So here we go, the new pump. As I said, it's another Jibao pond pump. It's 20,000 litre, and yes, so that will go in here. But I decided to do a complete modification on the skimmer pump, so it will stay in there. However, I decided to change it from the 40mm piping that goes up to the waterfall and planter trough. I'll change it and I will replace it with this 75mm pipe, PVC pipe. So I already started, as you can see there, I started chiseling it out, and we'll cut. Now the next thing will be cutting this pipe off, dragging it out, and then extending the passage underneath the concrete for the 75mm, and then that 75mm will go all the way up along there. The pressure filter will be deleted because during the autumn I will completely change this area. So the pressure filter will go. Now I decided when I have to install this pump, just do it the way you want it when you for the autumn modification, and that will include that I will stop this planting trough. I'm really happy with it. I mean, you can see, look how much the plants have grown now from spring to now, and I'm always annoyed with this little patch of flower bed. Even I have a retic pipe there that got it got raped by a little shadow. Hey, just dragged it out and chew off the drip little drip devices and chewed a few holes into the pipe, so that has to be fixed. But what I want to say is, for some reason, when I plant dahlias or other plants here, they don't really want to grow in this spot. I don't know why. Everything else grows pretty good, but yeah, I only can assume it's not enough water there. Even I amended it with compost and with leaf mold, and I think it's not enough water in this area, or something is in the soil. I'm not sure. So my decision is now, this entire planter trough, this area here, is getting extended. The wall there, when I do it, I'll dig all this out, this area, and I will bricklay another along the lawn edging here, the stone edging. I will bricklay again another wall and make this area one basically from where the pressure filter is, this entire area will be one big planter area or planter trough. So the water will come in, and I will have, I don't know, lots of plants like cannas and the papyrus, the water hibiscus. They're all coming in here. Where the pressure filter is will be a big round pot, like almost like a vortex. I'll build the air. I'm not sure from what I'm doing it, but I want that the water comes in and then it goes into the vortex. So anything that's heavy will then settle on the bottom of that vortex. In the vortex itself, on the top will be, I got a canna plant over there in a normal potting mix. She doesn't really want to grow there, and looking at the cannas here, they grow up very, very, very good in the water. So that canna goes into this pot, floating on the top or sitting on the top, can send all the roots down, can catch more of the fines that come from the skimmer. Then it overspills into this planter trough here, and because I don't want to have too much water coming over the waterfall as it is now, it's perfectly fine. I love it that way. Anything more is just too noisy, so I will have two exits. One goes over the waterfall, and the second one will go in a pipe, and it will run under the water trough back. So basically you have a 75mm pipe that goes from the skimmer area of the pump, running underneath, along, going into the vortex. Then the water goes all the way through the plants. One exit goes over the waterfall, and then the second exit will go through a pipe along here, back to this area, underneath the vortex. And this is another big thing. I think, Vince, you will love it. You mentioned it a few times to me. I should have it. What I will do is then I will build a little barky shower in this area here. So basically that water that comes back then will go all the way over the barky shower and then back into the pond. So it's maybe an overkill on filtration, but the main reason I do this is I'm not happy with this, with the flower bed here, and I see all the nice green growth here in that trough. Why waste it? It's not that big of a deal. Build another one here, fiberglass it, extend it to that one, take the wall out, cut it all off, and then extend it, fiberglass this interior, and then I can have 3 times the plants in there with nice flowers and greenery. And they do, one function is they filter the water a bit for me, plus they give me a nice green space up here. I'm not saying this is not for removing more nitrates out of the water. I think the nitrates are pretty good in my system, and I have to admit, it is, yes, the plants will take nitrates out, and I think that's the reason why my nitrates are in the 40 ppm range. They have spiked one time into the 60, but most of the time it's now in the 40s. Last week I had it even in the 20s. Not sure if that was just because I had a little water change in there, or just the plants just have grown much more. I mean, the irises down there, they're growing big time. The big papyrus is growing. So yeah, this year is not for the nitrate and phosphate removal. It's more an aesthetic garden thing I'm doing it for. So yeah, this is what I'm up to today and tomorrow. I'm planning but that might be in a separate video. I'm planning to do the clean on the ground pond filter for the first time. This is now over a year ago, and I haven't had a clean of it. It runs perfect. So, but it's due for a clean, and if I get time this week, I will clean that. But first, I want to get the skimmer back running. Okay, see you in a bit when I'm a bit more advanced with my little project. Okay, we're back. Next morning, I got a fair bit done yesterday, or let's say the hardest part is done. Getting the 75mm pipe, this pipe, through underneath the pathway. I mean, I sacrificed one pipe, half a meter pipe, because I had to bash it forward to get the dirt out and take it out. Basically, back forward, just to get the hole wide enough to go through. It's now just here at the edge coming out. So now I have to dig. Basically, I have to dig a little trench up there, then a trench along the river planter towards the pre-filter, so that when I in autumn extend the big bog filter, or what I like to call it, a planting river, because it's not a real bog filter in the sense, because there will be no gravel inside. There will be just plants in special aquaponic planter boxes, and they send their roots into the water and then extract the nutrients from the water. Okay, so this part is done. One little thing I forgot to mention yesterday: the reason I'm changing from a 40mm pipe to the 75mm pipe is to save energy. So it will have less restriction, much less restriction on pumping the water up there, and I hope to save quite a bit of power doing it that way. We'll see what it will be when I finish and I turn it on. So with a 40mm pipe, I was running 170 watt on the pump. Almost had the pump at their maximum to get enough draw through the skimmer to actually is effective. So let's see how much power I can save by switching over to a much bigger diameter pipe. Good. And you see all the mess. I had to flush a bit out too from the dirt on my knees, so it's a bit muddy in there. My first job this morning is clean that area up and get it nice and dry, so when I install the pump I don't have any dirt lying around. Good. I'll come back to you soon. I get another step ahead. Good, we're back. It's end of day 2, and the pump, skimmer, everything is back running and working, and I'm amazed. Actually, I'm more surprised. I knew from other YouTubers or from other experts that this should work, and it worked for me with a main pump having a big flow, a big diameter pipe and more flow through. But I'll show you now that skimmer here. I hope you can see it. It has at least double the flow than it had before. I mean, the draw it has now is amazing. And this is with the same pump I had before. You know, okay, it's a brand new one, but it's the same 20,000 Jabal, and I have it at the moment set at 100 watt. And you can say now the setup. So you see the pump there, all on there. It's a 75 mil diameter pipe that runs now all across up here. Let's go up to the top. So I still have to cover it up. I just kept it in place with a few heavy rocks, it flows up here, then it comes into this big olive drum I had left over. I was thinking about what could I use, any pots, you know, planter pots, but they all have these big holes on the bottom for drainage. So I came up with this, cut the top off. So you have the pipe now going in here, and it creates this vortex motion. It comes in, goes out, and creates a vortex motion, so that hopefully a lot of the crap will settle on the bottom, and then it overflows into this exit here, 90mm pipe into the river, and there you got the second pipe with a slide gate valve that runs down to the pond. At the moment that's all not glued in. I hope I'm not stuffing myself up with that. I might glue at least half of it in, because in a few weeks time I won't have put the boxes up for the bucket shower. So you might wonder why I have the slide gate valve on the side and not upright. The main reason is all the crap that goes through, if I have it upright, will settle in the bottom of the slide gate, and if you want really, when you want to close it at some stage, that dirt will just block it from closing. So now I have it on the side. Preferably you won't have it upside down, but that is a bit too much mucking around here, so I have it on the side. So when I slide it shut, all the crap that's in the side will get just pushed out, and hopefully that will work the same. So now going down, you will see how much flow actually comes out. I mean, the river or the waterfall still the same. You can see here it's still the same. I could increase it a little bit. I'm not sure about it. I think this is good enough. But here, look what's coming out of that second pipe, and that's quite a lot. So the bucket shower will run pretty good if I put it on there. What I want to do is, down there you see a piece of PVC piping I lost in the pond when I was cutting it while I was standing on the rocks over there. So I want to put that piece on there so that this heavy noise is stopped. I have enough noise around the pond. I don't need this too. And this is one of the things I'm a bit concerned with the bucket shower, that could maybe a bit too noisy. Of course, beautiful aeration, but as always, you know, you can always have a bit too much of this. Yeah, that's it basically. I'll come back tomorrow and have it all cleaned up. Because at the moment, as you can see, there's like a bomb has gone off everywhere. There's crap lying around. Up on the lawn I have stuff. That's what I want to clean up now. And the drum up there, that vortex filter, if you couldn't call it that way, I will cover it up with maybe some kind of bamboo screening or something, so you don't really see it. And I'll zoom you on in. Hang on. That kind of plant there, it's just not really coming along here. Where it used to be grown in another location, like wild. That will come and be set into here, float in the top, and yeah, hopefully filter a little bit of the fines out before it goes into the planter river. That's for me at the moment. Oh, hang on, I'll show you that you'll believe me that the wattage of the wattage. Give me a sec. Okay, here we're back. There you can see the controller. It's 101 watt it's running at. So plenty. I consider even experimenting it a little bit on it, because the flow right now is superb. The flow in this skimmer, I've never had it that strong. Look, at the moment I'm now saving 70 watt power. I still can slow it down, and I might do it. I'll see. I'm always happy having a lot of flow through the skimmer, and I might keep it. We'll see. Good, that's for me. I'll come back when this is all cleaned up. Okay, we're back and everything is cleaned up and sorted out. And as you can see up there in the vortex, as I said, I'll put the canna plant in. I did that today, and I'll show you how I did it. But quite simple, and I didn't want to do it as a floating method. So what I did, I used two thread bars, stainless steel, and put them across, and then I just got a big planter pot, drilled 10mm holes all the way around, filled it in with basically media I had left around. The part is clay balls I had lying around, and I put a mix of zeolite, and then I topped it up with these quartz gravel, so just it doesn't get picked by birds or anything. And then suspend it on these two threads. That way, when the plant grows, it can't just tip over. This is the problem I had with the floating rings in the ground pond, even in the river here. When the plants are getting a bit bigger, suddenly the rings getting out of balance and they tip over. So this is my solution here, and it works pretty good, pretty neat. And I actually have to say, I probably will now build every filter in the future, because I'll bet I will stay with the brush filters. I will have always a vortex filter in front. I was very amazed. It's now hard to see, but on the bottom, just in the last 24 hours, has quite a lot of debris has collected there. In all the water that flows over here, it's pretty clean. I mean, I watched it a few times today, and it's hardly any fine stuff going over. I mean, of course there will be something going over, but if I can catch most of it in this vortex here, that's a bonus. I mean, it's not really, I didn't put it here in to really catch a lot of dirt, because I have the river here with all the plants, and that will catch most of it later on. But I just wanted to have another feature here. So the only thing I still have to get is the bamboo screening. That's what I want to put around it to cover it with, and then I'll paint the pipes black so it blends a bit better in. Another little nifty feature I put on here, because yesterday I had this issue when I was adjusting the flow, and with the handle, when I bumped it a little bit, it went too far in or too far out. But especially when you bump it, and I will be working here in the garden, if I don't want to bump this handle. So what I did, I cut the hose off, normal garden hose. You can do it even with PVC pipe, whatever you have, and made it cut through, and then put it over the handle, or between the handle and this here, just over the stainless steel bar, and that way, even if I bump it, it can't get pushed in. So just a little tip for everyone who is working with slide gates, and if you want to avoid bumping them in your filter house or filter shed and accidentally close them, that is a way of doing it. And yeah, everything is cleaned up, backfill the pipe, put rocks back around, till autumn, when I dig it all out and increase this river here. one thing, when I was doing the canna plant over there and I stopped the skimmer pump, one thing that surprised me, I didn't realize that would happen. I came back in here and I looked into my filter or my pump chamber here, filter chamber pit, and it was all wet. I'm like, where the heck is this water coming from? Because all day I was cleaning up here, I was doing stuff. This is all day open. I always pass and I always check for any leaks because I'm paranoid about leaks since I'm in the pond game. And it was all dry, and then I stopped the pump and this was all wet, and I thought, what is going on? So I did another trial, and when I had the plant installed and I was running it, I stopped the pump again, and then I watched what happened. I found out what's going on, and I have to find a way later on. I don't know, zoom you in, you see it there, but the floating behind the floating valve there is it's an overflow. It's built in by the skimmer, and you can adjust it the way you want it, how much level how you level in the pond is supposed to be. I put it all the way up, and normally it doesn't work, but the reason what happened now with the 75mm pipe, all that water that's stored in that pipe, it's that much, it fills this skimmer that quick up, and while it's filling up, the skimmer door is of course shutting down or shutting it closed, so all the water just comes up and then it goes over this overflow. That overflow is still open on the other side. I never closed it off because I thought I don't need it. So, but because it's open over there, all that water, when it can seep over along here and then into the filter chamber. So it will basically come out there and then come into the filter chamber. So one thing I will do the next couple of days, I will close that off so it doesn't happen again. And I'm planning on getting a non-return valve put into the pipe here. So somewhere there, of course I have to cut the pipe open again, it will annoy me, but I need to do this, I think, just for two purposes. One is, if you ever have a power outage and the pump stops, so I don't have that issue again, that all this water goes in here and the skimmer and then overfills. Even if I close it off, I don't want to risk it. Second is, if I ever have to work on the pump, now I realize how much water is actually in the pipe. I didn't thought about that much. I should have got another slide gate, but I think a non-return valve is better. Put that in, and then I delete that issue. So this is one surprise I had. Oh yeah, and then when you look into the skimmer, you see this nice flow. It's just still awesome flow, but this is now running on 78 watt. I reduced it from the 100 watt now down to 78 watt. I probably could even slow it down more on. This is a nice good draw into the skimmer. So yeah, I was experimenting yesterday, and I'm at the moment staying with my 77, 78 watt and leave it that running. So that's from my here. Everything done. Skimmer is working, as you can see. The fish are happy. The waterfall is running beautiful. And I got that almost done. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy your hobby, and bye for now.